Woo, man, you don't get to
1.
say things.
Recording started, and we're live.
Ah.
Yep.
Ooh.
No one ooh woo. You can't have anyone
Oh,
ooh wooing in the first 5 minutes of the recording.
Too late.
you just did it like
Is
3
this-
times.
Is this... God dang it. Is this like my swearing thing where I'm not allowed to swear for the first 10 minutes?
No, this is it.
Why
This
don't
is
we
Look,
just...
the rule that
you
he's
don't
created.
think I don't think you even have a filter when it comes down to that. You get told not to do it, and you be like K F F F F F F F.
No. Oh, now, Seth is pretty reserved. He will save it for important... Nah, never mind. He won't... He'll do it whenever.
You are
Just...
so hopeful.
He'll do it whenever he just gets in the moment.
The second you say that not to swear, it pops out.
Mhm.
Don't do it. I can't contain it!
He's holding it back as long as he can.
I can't contain it. A censor bar for the next 3 minutes.
I don't have that button.
Ignore the fact that...
Although I have heard that voice changer application that I'm currently not naming has made changes, and they've reverted back some of the big changes that made me quit. The fact that they still did that didn't really put me in a good mood about that.
Help.
I mean, you could probably find a 10-hour censorship beep loop and then just play it whenever he does something.
Well,
Hey, I'm not that bad, okay?
Well, I'm just saying the 10-hour loop.
I know
we have
when
plenty
to
of time
hold
to
back.
work. I'm just saying the 10-hour loop because that means we have plenty of it to work with.
Or we can just get
Sometimes.
us an editor to put in the bloop sounds. I mean,
Well, we're live streaming. We can't really.
I know you could still do it if you have an editor and put a little bit more of a lag into the live stream. I mean,
Sometimes I think it adds a colorful description to the scene.
well,
Yeah.
sometimes, yeah.
I may not
Speaking
always...
about colorful descriptions, let me colorfully describe what happened in the last session. So, last
Okay.
session, in for the most part, it was just one big chase scene. And Bakari and Nobody were, you know, chased down by an angry deity. He's seeking to crush them, maim them, or capture them and do horrible things to them.
Or
Thankfully, they barely managed to escape. With some assistance from a local deity. And that's pretty much all that happened last session, right? Oh wait, no, I gotta go back even further. Here, because the group that went to assassinate the captain found out that the captain is in another castle, so to speak, as the docks that they infiltrated were devoid of naval ships and just filled with a skeleton crew of guards, to which they proceeded to um, eavesdrop on, and they found out that the captain is being transported somewhere else for medical treatment, as she would not survive the trip back to Nox in the condition that she currently is in. And so they have now hijacked the wagon that's the three-tiered wagon that's it's supposedly transporting valuable goods and artifacts out of the city to the city of Nehushtan by way of Arun, the city of Arun. Meanwhile, the group that is in Arun are were having a lovely conversation with the Prince Harim, and when their brother, the Prince Hassan, interrupted and basically threw their whole thing into a tizzy, and now they have agreed to help Prince Harim in with his goal of figuring out what the source of all these husks are in the city and why they're are gathering here
With his help.
with his help. Yeah.
With
In
his very
exchange,
limited help,
I
unfortunately.
don't do
with
shit for free.
in exchange, he is going to uh, help you guys gather assistance when it comes down to diving into this candy dungeon that you have been told about. With that, we can, well, which would you guys like to start off with? Would you guys like to start off with the Arun group or the wagon crew?
I think the
The
Arun
wagon.
group, I think Arun group still technically has time because a lot of what happened in Goldport happened much later, if memory serves.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe go ahead and have the Arun group finish out the time until everything kicks off.
I'm
Okay.
fine with your run group.
I mean,
Yeah, that's cool with me.
Yep. Makes sense to me. Get everyone, get all the groups caught up to this around the same time.
All right. Then to Arun.
I gotta open my laptop then. I'm making crafts.
And also
Yeah,
arts.
not
Well,
bad.
yeah, arts and crafts.
Art.
I gotta be one of those great moms who make the Christmas presents for the teachers instead of just buying them.
All right. So,
Taz, you're in my spot.
I would make a suggestion, but I'm not sure it's appropriate.
all right. Prince Harim is going to take you guys to his base of operations, which is a rundown building with a large tent outside. Um, the building is partially destroyed, but some fresh stones have been piled up, and you can see where the mortar on these stones is freshly set. It probably hasn't been, these portions of the building probably haven't been repaired for more than about a half a year or so, judging by the wear on the stones and the mortar compared to the original building. Um, It's definitely hasn't been patched in a similar manner to how it was originally constructed, so the building itself looks a little hodgepodge.
I
Uh,
understand why you're living here when you're still given tasks like from your family.
it's a little more complicated than that. Uh, this is the this is the only jail slash guard station in this part of the city.
So where do you stay?
In the
Here?
tent, this tent. He, he points out the large tent. It seems to be like you- it's probably a good 40 or so feet long by about um, 20, 25 feet wide. And when you look inside, you can see there's multiple rooms. The walls have been reinforced with wood and other materials, but it's still basically just a tent.
Anywho, so what all do we know right now?
Well, right now we have to interrogate those cultists.
Ah, that.
We
Mhm.
captured 6 of them.
Cultist notes. Cultist notes.
Now, are any of you who trained in this in the country's laws when it comes to
This country's law?
yes?
Has Dobat does Dobat know anything about these laws or no?
Um, Give me a history.
I'll be back. I'm
No, no,
sorry.
no, no, 19.
All right. Yeah, you would be pretty well versed in the laws, as you tend to read up on the laws of places that you're going to a little bit ahead of time, just so that it's not ever a big issue.
Prob Yeah. Just so it's not a problem when I go digging around in a tomb.
Hmm.
I'm fairly well versed. I tend to do a bit of studying ahead. Don't want to run into the local police force, shall we say, when I'm out and about exploring.
Right. Then you might be a good person to come in with me to do the interrogation. What about the rest of you? Do you feel confident when it comes to questioning someone without getting your emotions too involved?
Trying to see. I think I should be okay.
Mhm.
Is least a lie detector.
Um, that's a. I mean, out of game, I've got a +5 persuasion and a +7 deception, as well as a +5 insight. Not to
I got
mention,
+6 insight.
yeah, and of course I've got bardic inspo, but I don't think I can do that too well here, would I?
I mean,
Investigation of
you
5.
can.
It'd just
I,
be, yeah, we'll see.
I think as long as we all work together, I think we could do this.
You trained in the tomb, right?
Yep.
Then
Yeah,
we're
so you
good.
guys both have the co-op feat.
Yep.
Yep.
We are just going to absolutely do this.
Bad cop, good cop this.
Oh no,
Alright,
no, it's not even bad cop, good cop. It's just helping hand, helping hand, helping hand. Or not,
Yep.
or no, which one is it? Uh, Shared experience.
Yep.
I mean, granted, we only have 5 each, but that could be
Mm,
pretty good.
alright.
yep.
Then Belbat and Nissa, you will go in and question, and one, I'll go in with the Darby, and we just have to make sure that we got to get as much information out of them as we possibly can.
Do you have anything you specifically want asked?
We need to know. We need to know what their goal is.
Is
What there what is?
What their goal is if they're part of a larger organization or if they're just this small group, and we need to know both if they have any connection to the undead.
You mean
All
the
right.
husks?
Well, undead, period, because that would draw the husks as well.
Wait, I'm sorry. I had to go on a phone call with my dad. Where are we going? Just
You're
a
going
quick
with
recap.
Interrogations.
the prince. Nissa and I are
Okay.
going with the other, going after the other.
Are we going to see specific people? That's what I'm asking.
The cultists.
Yeah, we're going to interrogate the two of the six cultists to see if their stories match up with the other four that have already been interrogated. These two seem to be the leaders, and they've been resistant to interrogation so far.
Are we
Hopefully,
going to go see the people that Nissa ended up getting caught with?
yes,
That's what
these
we're
are
doing.
Yep.
these are those individuals.
So okay.
So let me do one thing before we go in then. I am going to give everyone one inspiration die. Because these last 10 minutes.
Okay.
So
Hopefully
everyone
it-
has one D8 inspiration die.
Gotcha.
Sure.
And then I can short rest to get and fix that later. But I figured now would be a good time to use that.
Mm-hmm.
So just to go ahead and put this out there. So there's the wording if you need it, and I burn all uses. And then spellbook. This is a single target spell. Okay, questioning would generally be charisma checks, right?
Right.
You know what? Let's give this some fun. I have higher charisma for our group.
Yep.
So, I'm gonna burn 2 casts of. We're gonna do enhance ability Eagle Splendor. So cast the spell, burn an extra slot. I have Eagle Splendor. The Prince has Eagle Splendor.
Okay. Can
So,
you? Is it a
yeah,
concentration spell?
no. Oh, yes, it is.
So you can
Okay, hold on.
only do
Yeah,
it
so
from one.
let me walk that back. I didn't notice that. Shoot. I can't. I wouldn't. He would have to be within
Oh
range
man.
to do concentration. Curse you 5e for having an inferior version of these spells. Well, let's ask this. I should have a high enough bonus. Well, the thing is, the Prince has authority. I don't. I'll burn 1 cast of enhance on myself for Eagle
Well,
Splendor.
don't we get some form of an authority since we're deputized?
Yes and no. I'm still just some random person. They are the prince.
But the prince is who, just saying. I just feel there should be a benefit there.
There may be. It's just I'm thinking through
You
budget.
guys all have deputy badges.
Ooh.
Ooh. That's right. We were deputized.
Okay. Well, then let me ask this before I actually burn the spell slot. Will this grant advantage, or will this be a flat bonus of any kind?
You would have advantage on charisma-based checks.
Okay.
Um,
Then what I'll do since it's going to be charisma based for that, instead of this, I'm going to target Nissa. You will now have advantage on wisdom, being my lie detector, for insight checks.
Yep.
So now everyone has 1d8 of a bardic inspiration. Nissa has advantage on wisdom, and then we all have advantage on charisma checks. Yes, I'm overdoing it probably. Do I care? Not really. This is kind of what bards do.
All right. We'll
So,
start. We'll
yeah, go
start
ahead.
with Prince and Adarpi.
Okay.
No, don't start with me. I'm trying to get connected to Wi-Fi.
Okay, then. Good. We'll start with go back.
Alrighty. So I guess we walk into the interrogation room.
Mm-hmm.
All right. You see this um yellowish brown skin and goblin in with this dirty blonde hair like almost the color of sand. And it's like in this it starts off as a mohawk, but then you realize that it's just a really long widow's peak. Has their hairline is receding on the sides, but in the back it's like the longest ponytail that you could possibly imagine.
Okay.
Like, they have this black makeup around their eyes, and they're currently leaning back in their chair. They're all relaxed.
You seem to be enjoying yourself.
Well, you guys have nothing on us. There's nothing you can ask me that it will help you in any way. If this is wrongful imprisonment, and I want to get my just due when I report this to the city.
Oh, really now? And what makes you think we have nothing on you?
Because if he had something on me, I would have been already cuffed and on my way to the stockades.
Can I do something real quick?
Mm-hmm.
Is there any paper or
Um,
something I can write on? Because I'm going to try to redo the a drawing of the pentagram that they put on the ground and slip it across the table just to see what the reaction is to it.
um, give me a. What kind of check would this be? Give
So
me
to draw
a.
it,
No, to use it in this manner.
that to use it in the manner of seeing what the reaction would be, coin toss on
I think.
persuasion or intimidation.
Yeah, I think that one of those two would probably be best.
If it was to just draw the circle, it would probably be Arcana or Religion. So, and we have advantage on these checks.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So coin toss, persuasion, or intimidation, whichever's better.
Well, I need to see what the ruling is.
Oh, that was his ruling.
Oh. Persuasion's probably going to be higher for me. And we have advantage, right?
Yeah, we have advantage on our charisma checks for this.
So, yeah, that's probably going to be the best choice. So here goes. Persuasion.
'That's a 19. Yeah.
23!
Alright. We're just a small, close knit religious group who are working together to practice our religion. The state has no right to interfere in such a matter.
Before you do what I think you're about to do, John, can I read any of that circle or understand what that is?
Um, with how crudely Nissa has drawn it, because Nissa only got a quick glance of it, and it wasn't a complete circle. Ooh, not really. You can tell that it definitely is demonic in origin, but not much else.
Because I was saying I know abyssal. I didn't know if that would help.
In this case, not much.
Okay. And okay. So let me ask this: does Dobat know of any religion that would use a circle similar to this outside of the occult?
Um, yes. Most, any divine practitioner would create a similar circle if they were making a circle of protection against good, or or a summoning circle to summon a evil outsider. But without the complete circle drawn as it would be he, in place and all the accoutrements around it would be hard for us to tell which one this might have been, because part of summoning a demon is creating a circle of protection, and and part of a circle of protection is distinguishing what you're protecting against. So
Okay.
this
But
in this manner, it is difficult to ascertain what is going on.
I don't have to ascertain exactly because I know enough. Really? This seems more like a demon summoning circle to me. And if I need to roll, let me know.
Alright, give me a deception, I guess. I guess this would be a deception. Yeah.
Would it
24.
though?
Well,
Because I
because
told him what the one said, which what they said it was for demon summoning, so
thing is, I'm lying about what it looks like to the statement is technically a lie because I can't tell exactly what it is, and I'm saying it looks like.
True.
So by technicality, my statement is a lie. But I rolled a 24.
Well, lots of groups use similar circles to summon in things like familiars. I am a practicing wizard who is in need of a powerful familiar, and an imp is one of the best familiars that any wizard could ask for.
uh, well then let's see if you know something real quick. Dobat is gonna grab a piece of paper. Let's see. Draconic is generally used in the glyphs for magic, right?
Um, it depends. In
Or no?
a lot in this on this continent, a lot of the magic is based off of giant.
Well, actually, no. I think I know what I'm gonna do. Because no matter what, your type of caster will determine what your spell is, right?
Yeah.
Will determine what the glyph is. I'm gonna write in abyssal what the glyphs would be for let's say unseen servant.
Okay. Give me an Arcana.
Certainly. This is a spell I do have, by the way.
Okay.
24.
Easy enough. You don't even have to reference your spell book to, to draw it out perfectly. This is
Which is
something.
what
This is
yeah,
a spell you use quite often in your day-to-day life.
which will help with this. What does this do?
Uh, I don't know. I guess you'd be summoning a familiar.
He will lean forward. If you're gonna try to call yourself a wizard, know some of the most basic spells.
Not every wizard studies the same set of basic spells. I didn't go to a fancy wizard academy. I'm self-taught. Me and all my friends.
Okay. He puts down a sheet of paper. Give me the glyphs for any of your spells. If you cast a single spell, then you can show me the most basic glyphs that would appear with it.
Of course, I can do that.
So that's gonna watch, and he's gonna have a hand ready in case. Like if he realizes this spell is about to go bad, he's gonna dispel. But let's see what he writes down.
Nah.
So, he tries to write out the formula, the magical formula for for like um what's a basic chill touch, and
No,
he
no, 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 no. Prestidigitation. Make it even worse. One of the most basic spells that anyone would have.
okay, he tries to write it out, and it is absolute garbage. It is chicken scratch. It is like um even a 1-year old would be able to do a better job at writing this spell out uh, in terms of just following basic instructions on making it. He first of all he drew the confirmation circle first, which is the absolute worst thing that a wizard could do because that means your spell is going to go off early or without the regard of finishing everything inside of the magic circle, and it's no, it's just all wrong. Even Nissa can tell that this isn't right.
Nobat's just gonna lean forward. Come on. If you're gonna lie, try and make it believable. So let me put it to you this way. We have plenty, but we thought we'd give you a chance. Help us out, we'll try to help you out. Like at a game, that was the worst lie he could have said to a caster.
Well, two casters, technically.
He's definitely not a wizard. He is most likely a warlock of some kind. He has no idea how his spells work. He just does them. Someone gave him the ability to cast these spells, and he never studied anything past that.
Gotcha. So come on now. You help us and we'll help you a little bit. Or you clam up and we throw the entire book and city at you.
And one final intimidation.
To do intimidation, roll at advantage. What's that going to turn into? 23? Put a bard in his element and just watch the show.
Okay.
I'm tempted to try to add on to that, thinking of a word.
Well, also realize I have full access. I have my own inspo die, and I still have my
All right. All
Mm-hmm.
right. Hey, his name is Kevin the Black Skull. Oh,
do, 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 Kevin the who is?
he's our leader. Here, he's the one that holds the skull.
Hmm. And by any chance, is this trying? Does it have any association with the undead?
I mean, he has some ghouls working for him, but that's it.
Good, good. And what was the purpose of this? As he taps on the little circle draw again. What was the purpose of this?
We needed imps. Yes, we needed as many imps as we could get. It's it's easier to they can do everything. They can poison, they can fly, they can be invisible. They're the best familiars. So we were just trying to summon some familiars for ourselves.
I don't
Uh,
know. It seemed like you were trying to summon something a little bigger.
I was gonna say I'm gonna insight that.
I
You want
gotta
to insight?
inside it as well.
Yeah, so I've got a 17 on that insight.
Yeah. And did I have advantage or what was it that I had
You
on
have
in?
it. Yeah, you have advantage because I gave you enhance ability on wisdom checks.
Yep. Okay.
That is exactly why I did that. And there's a nat 20. We are just ruining this guy.
Yeah, that he's selling the truth, but he's holding back something.
Dobat just kind of sits there and squints. Come on.
Okay, some of us may have wanted to take this as an opportunity to try and usurp Kevin's position as the one who holds the skull. But it honestly, that's it. That's all.
Does the insight from earlier still count?
Yes.
And he's fully telling the truth now.
As far as you can tell.
Okay.
And with that, you guys have.
I was gonna say, did we get if this was a large group or just a small group?
Um, it seems like he doesn't know.
Don't know the size of your own group. How's
He's
that?
he's just a small cog in the machine.
I'm gonna ask him about that device that they were trying to use on me.
He doesn't know.
Alright, you've got notes.
Mm-hmm.
And honestly, I burned an ability, but hey, better to have used and not needed.
Mm-hmm. We
Will.
totally broke that guy.
Oh yeah, no, I feel honestly, we just sat there. It was just almost nothing lower than a 20.
Yep.
All right. Out of just game mechanics, will there be a short rest while we continue the interrogation?
Um, no, because the
Okay.
interrogation is going to go on for a while. Oh,
Okay.
we can sift over to Adarpi and the Prince.
Okay. I was just making sure if I regained my inspo or not. Okay. I'll mute up.
Adarpi, you go with Prince Hareem as the two of you go in the room. You see, um, a hobgoblin. He's probably about 5'8", 5'9". Dark red skin and mm, like gray hair, a very wizened face. Like he spent a lot of time out in the sun in, in his youth, and his skin never forgave him for that. And he has these tired-looking eyes. He's just sitting there and like using his fingernail to scratch little poodles into the table.
Vandalism doesn't suit you, does it?
What's it to you, girly?
Girly, look, I was just coming in here to warn you that the dude next door is telling. But I'm gonna give you an opportunity. Do you have anything to tell us about these? What are they called again?
Husk.
Husks. Yep. These husks that keep coming into this village.
Give me a deception at advantage. I, I could use the thing.
Deception at advantage. What?
Yeah.
I see.
That little. No, I don't know anything about no.
Well, it seems like you guys are the main cause of all of this hoopla that's been going on. So many deaths, so many lives taken. I honestly just came in here to see if we can cut a deal, lower that sentence of yours before we have to take you in.
Wait, really? Nah.
Look, he already said that you guys are involved and that it's your fault that they're coming into the village and that you guys would work with us on getting rid of them. But I can't quite understand why.
Give me a either another persuasion, no, another deception or persuasion, either at advantage, whichever one you think will be better. Mm,
I don't do good.
I I don't think so. If he's singing like a canary, he already has the best plea deal. Well, I don't think that you can get me any better than whatever you're giving him. So I am just
Hmm.
going to keep my mouth shut.
Oh, you are? So this is what we decided to do. We decided that we're going to take you guys and we're going to put you right outside the village and tack you to the side of the wall, where they're coming in at, just to hinder any more from getting through the gate. I just felt like that'd be the best option for both of you. And then we're going to go in and we're going to gather up the rest of your crew and then we're just going to put them out there and just let them pick you guys off bit by bit by bit. And
The the
hopefully by the time they get
the
to the
prince
last
is
one
gonna
of you,
tap your shoulder.
hmm?
We
Oh,
can't
don't tell him the. Oh, I'll keep the rest.
we
Hush,
can't do
hush.
that to them. That's
And I'll just sit down.
that's we can't do that to them. That's illegal.
Look, I don't work here. I can do whatever I feel like I need to do to protect the villagers of this lovely little town. But I mean, if you want to challenge me on that, then that's fine. But we can talk to the people and let the people know that they're the ones who are involved. And then let's see how many people would get involved with tacking them to the wall outside the gate.
All right. Give me an intimidation.
Oh, I'm awful with all of these.
You still have advantage. Look, I may have spoke too soon. But how about uh, we talk terms? Well, I say a cushy few years in a one of these here cells, and I'll tell you all about what we got going on.
How about we tack you to the wall last?
Okay. Um. So our leader, Kevin, um, he found this black skull and he's been using it and he created a dark chapel, he says with air quotes, built under the city that he wishes to use to, to have our small group of you know our small group of passionate religious individuals will come together so that we can bargain a little bit more power from our shared patron by way of this
Okay.
black skull.
Well, I think that I can bring you inside the gate for this one. But I want to know a little bit more about this skull and Kevin.
I mean, I've told you everything. I mean, I can tell you where the
Tell me
dark
about
shop.
Kevin. You can tell me about Kevin. You don't want to tell me about Kevin?
I don't know much else about Kevin. I just follow orders. Look, the uh, we we have these little bone syringes, those things. Yeah, that he makes them, and we use it to know test someone's purity. We need
Someone like who?
well, sacrifices. Our patron prefers the purest of individuals, purity of body, purity of mind, purity of spirit, whichever, um, whatever purity they have, he wants us to, he wants those as those sacrifices.
Right. Who's your patron?
I, I mean, we're not allowed to talk about him. It'll be against
I
our
mean, I thought you
code.
wanted a cushy cell.
I mean, you haven't offered me a cushy cell yet. I mean, I can't.
I'm working you further and further in the gate, man. Come on.
Um, so it's can can
Do you want to write his name down? Do you want a pen and paper?
I mean it's the thing is um speaking his name might
Uh-huh.
be an issue.
Okay. So, like I said, what about writing it down? What about writing it on three different pieces of paper? First name, last name, surname.
We don't we don't really have a surname.
You know what I mean, guy.
Um, uh, we 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 worship the Red King. Mm,
Do I know anything about the Red King?
Give me a history check.
Not at advantage, right?
It would not
Normal?
be at it. It'll be a normal one.
Ugh.
Nah, you haven't heard of the Red King, but the prince certainly has. That's not possible.
Okay.
The Red King has been dead for thousands of years. Well, are technically not dead.
Dude, I'm a whisper to the prince. You literally have dead people coming to your gate. It's anything's possible.
It's not the same. The Red King is Rubedo.
Didn't he say don't say the name?
Well, I don't.
You're so hard headed.
Well, it's not going to hurt saying the name. It's just we don't want to say it out in public because this um, Lord, uh, uh, Lord Xanthosis and Lady Iosis forbade us from speaking of their predecessors.
Oh,
So,
well, those are
we're-
just two. I got you. I got you. I got you. Look, it's just us two here. Three here. I'll remember that the prince is standing there. um, look, you guys are doing something real dirty, and you know it. So wherever you end up is wherever you end up. Is there anything else I can feel that he needs to tell me?
um, well, only if he did mention that he knew the location of the Dark Chapel.
Yeah.
Um,
I'm gonna hand him a sheet of paper. Go ahead and map that dark chapel out, bud, and we'll get you in that cell.
okay. He basically tells you guys about a secret entrance into the caverns under the city. He he through the basement of the um, butcher shop that he was captured at, and it leads deep underground to um, this hidden temple.
Okay. Will we be ambushed? Will anybody know that we're coming or anything?
Mm, mm, well, if word of our capture has been spread around, then potentially.
Well, I want to guarantee our safety, so I'm going to leave somebody to watch you. And if we end up getting captured and don't come back within a certain amount of time, then we're not going to have to worry about putting you outside the gate. We're going to put one in the room with you and let them just have at it.
You're
Got it?
you're sick.
Well, I feel pretty fine actually. Let me check. No, no colds. No colds here. No, I don't think I have a fever. Do you think I have a fever? I'll take the prince's hand and put it on my forehead.
They blush a little. Um, um, I don't I don't think so. Oh, you
I'm that I'm well enough to be able to make a decision. I am not sick. I will do whatever it takes to protect this town, even though I don't know much about it. I'll turn around and I'll leave out.
uh, what she said, and the prince follows you. All right. So you guys successfully interrogate each those individuals.
But we're not letting either one of them go.
Jeez.
No.
Yep.
Mhm.
I imagine 2 hours later. Oh yeah, by the way, that was a lie.
I mean, he's still gonna get captured. And what I was planning on doing was what I said I was going to do from the start, which was still feeding them to one of those things by just depositing it inside of the cell with him. But I mean, you don't have to do that.
Yeah, I think we just set them in the same cell together. They'll take each other out.
Wait, why are we trying to kill them?
Um,
He just said that they take living sacrifices of anyone who has any type of purity inside of them.
Ah, well.
Continuously.
Hmm.
So
You know, I have a better idea.
or we leave
uh,
him with mana for when
guys, I love the enthusiasm. Really, I do. But we, by the laws of you know of the empire, we can't just execute them like that. That would be an inhumane execution, which violates um
I'm just nodding.
one of the the rights to
Hmm.
humanity, humane conditions that prisoners
Hmm.
are
Hmm.
guaranteed in the empire. Or we can't,
Hmm.
you know,
Hmm.
he still has to go through trial and has to be
Hmm.
sentenced
Hmm.
to his
Hmm.
execution. We can't just.
Hmm. Hmm.
Okay, out of game,
Hmm.
I didn't realize that conversation was happening in game, first of all.
Well,
Um,
even if it was, but look, how well has following the rules of the empire worked for you, Prince?
I, I mean, it's worked well enough so far. Uh,
there
It's
is a way they could make themselves useful, though. Within technicality, the law, we give them an offer, which I believe we are allowed to do. They help us with our little husk investigation, and we offer to lighten their sentence. If it just
Hey,
so
he slowly said that all he wanted was a nice cushiony cell. We could throw a pillow or two in there. I wouldn't trust them honestly for help.
I'm just stating a possibility.
Yeah, I got you. All they seem to be are followers and quite devoted followers at that. So
Yeah.
I wouldn't see the value of
So,
using them in a manner for them to eventually betray us,
out of,
for their cause.
out of game, did we name the leader yet?
Yeah, Kevin.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Sorry, I had to step away.
Yeah. Kevin has a black skull, has been using it, you know,
Yep.
like what, juicing it up through sacrifices,
yeah, it gives
which
him
is
some kind
causing the
of.
husk to come into the village.
It's given him some kind of power to control all these schools that he's been making.
Which might explain our husk problem.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Did you
Yeah.
learn anything else?
We have the location of their base of operations. Is we'll need to go sooner rather than later. And the longer we wait, the more likely that word will get to back to them.
I would like to make one more recommendation real quick if it hasn't already been recommended. The guy that we interrogated, keep someone on hand who can deal with magic users. That guy was probably a warlock.
I wouldn't be surprised if they're all not all warlocks.
Hmm.
What do I know about the difference between warlocks and Like, what are you guys talking about? Out of game, of course.
Out of game, it is a caster type.
Mhm.
Basically, warlocks get their powers from a patron, similar to how clerics work.
Mm-hmm.
It's just they are a type of caster that gets boons from a patron. That patron is
Okay.
the source of their power. It can be anything from hexblade, a magic sword, which was like hexblade,
Mm-hmm.
what I've been talking about. Could be an undead like Layla. It could be some demon. It could even be an angel,
Okay.
or just some other kind of. You could be Cthulhu, and yes, it literally could be
So
Cthulhu.
not like a druid.
A druid
No.
gets so the difference between the casters, wizards get their power from studying and understanding how magic works.
Mm-hmm.
Um, sorcerers get their power from their bloodline, so it's an inherited power.
Mm-hmm.
Their druids get their power from nature, or from like becoming one with nature.
Mm-hmm.
Clerics get their power from their worship of a divine being or higher concept. Um, Paladins get their power from their devotion to their oath. Um, Artificers get their power from
Study.
from studying, just like a wizard. But their study goes towards magic items and machines and whatnot. And warlocks get their powers from an outside entity, so like a dragon or a unicorn, or an evil eye that lives in space that looks down upon them and gives them these terrible nightmares.
Let's throw a thing out there. Are you familiar? Have you ever watched the Doctor Strange movie?
No.
Okay,
Yes.
you have.
Think about it. I thought you were talking about Doctor Who, and I had to make sure I said no for that one. But no,
No,
I've seen
no,
Doctor.
Doctor Strange. You know the Dormammu's followers?
No.
She
Okay.
hasn't seen the first Doctor Strange movie. She's seen movies with
Yes, I
Doctor.
have.
You saw it?
No, I saw Doctor Strange. It's just I don't remember names of things.
So
So
the all of
the
the antagonists that were the antagonist spellcasters, those were warlocks effectively,
Oh, okay.
and Dormammu was
I
their
can get into
patron.
that. Yeah.
And then Doctor Strange himself would technically have fallen under a wizard under 5e conventions. And no one knows how bards get their magic.
um bards get their magic from them
The
their
power of song.
it's from their ability to, I don't want to say charm, but they get their magic from their performance. What their essentially whatever artistic outlook that you have some people it's their ability to sing or play instruments. Some people it's their ability to use a weapon. In
The
some
Lion April turns 10.
Some people, it's their ability to disseminate information. People who know a lot of, like, Dilbat's a lore bard, who their power comes from their ability to gather and disseminate information, and that's their performance.
But
So
yeah,
it's
yeah,
basically something like that.
yeah, yeah. So basically, warlocks are just a type of caster that gets their power from somebody else, which is why I was able to pull the trick I did, because he didn't study magic at all. He's just like, oh hey, I do this, and then his patron does it for him, kind of. Yeah, I think it's time for a raid.
Um, she's going to. We gotta get. We're gonna head out in about an hour's time, and I'm gonna gather up as many of my officers, and we're going to go in from as many of these entrances on this map as we can, and we're going to take this down quickly and quietly. We don't need to cause a panic.
Then I will take a short break in the meantime,
All right.
and I will take a short rest, I assume.
Yeah. As the moon reaches its zenith, you guys will be in that basement, about to go into that hidden entrance. At which point, our perspective will split it to the interior of the wagon. All right. Nana and Simon, you have just closed the door on the wagon, and that's actually much bigger on the inside than it is on the outside. Mm.
Actually, for that, uh, um, um, I thought only one of us was going inside the wagon, and then the other was going to drive it.
No, hmm,
Day is up front. She's got that.
yeah, Dea has hmm, land vehicle proficiency, so she's driving.
It,
And did they? We didn't really cover it last time. Did they have anything to say about us, us not searching around and instead going to the cart?
See, he, per the conversation, she assumes that her sister is hidden away in this wagon somewhere.
So me and her are on the same wavelength.
Hmm.
mm,
So, hmm, but you guys have to, search the wagon first. But before that, you see the older individual that addressed you before. Hmm.
Yes. Can you re-describe them?
Yes. Hold on.
I remember they had a big crocodile with them.
Hmm. So, well, sitting, being, being in the seat in front of you is a fairly old woman wearing a white mask that's common of the um, individuals from the Church of the Inmost Light. He, but unlike most members, her outfit is accented with a lot of red. Um,
Mm,
Notable traits is that her ears are poking out of her head covering, and they are very feline. But her the features on the part of her face that you can see, he denote elven features, and she also seems to have a long tail, that's wrapped up beside her. Um, you you haven't really seen in a lot of individuals like that. Her fur is like this brownish purple color, and she has like this almost little sleepy but kind look in her eyes as she's looking at you. Her eyes are like these bright blue cat eyes,
Okay. So
mm,
and
you described this place as
across from her is a large white crocodile wearing a pink bonnet and a pink collar. They're currently just laying on across several of the seats. The space itself, this is a sitting area. Uh, There's probably about room for maybe 20 people to sit side by side on the various benches with a walking space in between. There's a set of stairs that lead up. It's a spiral staircase that leads up to the next floor.
mm,
Currently, from what you can tell, there are boxes and crates stacked up. A couple of peculiar looking lamps are lighting the room. Like they're in these weird shapes. One is shaped like a house. Also, another one is shaped like a mountain. Um, it's they're they're not very good looking lamps in the context of this space, but they're it's enough lighting. You can assume these are part of goods that they just decided to use as decoration.
Okay. So this place is pretty expansive, like multiple stories.
Yeah,
And she's the only one here outside of her pit.
correct. Um, she's going to stand up. Oh, my apologies. I forgot to introduce myself. Um, since we're going to be traveling in with each other for quite a few days, these, I think it only best that we have a good working relationship. I am Cardinal Badeau, and this is Mademoiselle Severus. She is my loyal companion and a grumpy Gus at times, he says, pinching the cheek of the crocodile. Oh, who eyes both of you suspiciously. He lifts their head up and whispers something in their ear. Ah, yes, yes. And Severus was like to one is wondering what type of tea do you gentlemen enjoy?
Mhm. I
Nettle.
prefer I prefer a simple calm tea. It helps relax the mind when one is
Uh,
distressed.
Earl Grey for the both of you. Good choice.
Gives an actual response. You're get too bad.
She goes over to um, like she starts slow walking, being that way that someone who has a bad back slow walks, and then she stops. Severus,
Are
can you
you
give
okay?
me a hand? And the crocodile rolls her eyes, and in
On the hand.
in a weird way, he like stands up and turns into a large silver and copper scepter with red accents that she holds onto like a walking cane.
Thank goodness. I thought she was going to grow like some malformed human arm out of the side.
All right, so uh, there you go. Yeah, so you can get a glance at what you're working with.
All right.
Oh, she looks like she's in a cult.
Oh man. All right.
And
The warning bells are clear with this one.
she goes to the stairs and slowly he goes up the stairs to the second floor. Oh, and do you have any more friends that that need to join us? Yes, I can send a message if necessary.
Um, Due to unfortunate circumstances, we will be all for now.
Oh, that's strange. I was told there would be more of you. Oof. I know you said there was a downsizing outside. I heard all that kerfuffle. Oof.
It
Um,
seems
hmm. Oh well. And she goes
Really bad.
upstairs.
Oh, I was gonna ask
All
you
right.
something.
Well, she's just upstairs. You can yell after her, probably.
Well, first I'm going to take a general look around to see. Is this like a one-room deal, or is it like there are multiple different doors and stuff?
In this section, you have the back cargo door that folds down, and then you have two side doors. There's in the middle of the two benches.
He,
Did she imply earlier that she and her companion are the only ones in here?
As far as you can tell, yes, they're the only ones in here.
Then
let's. I see no reason to
I
not
have
search while they're upstairs.
I have a general world question, can't I?
Hmm.
Eh, eh, Do me and Ickall have similar scents, or do we smell very different?
You guys would smell very different.
Okay. After she's been gone for a moment, I'll summon Ickall to check out the farther reaches of the container,
Okay. Um, you
and I'll have
find
Ickall shrink
okay. Icall
so they're like a
will
mouse.
yeah. Alright. As you guys left most of the stuff out there outside of the wagon, and um, you find a crate that contains 25 healers kits.
Wait, you didn't mention that there was a bunch of stuff still out there.
Yeah, they were in the middle of loading stuff.
They were in the middle, so.
Oh, we didn't really go over that at the end of the set. At the end yesterday. Well, dang, I want to check some of that stuff out.
So you find 25 healers kits. Um, the remnants of that box that was filled is 5 potions of superior healing. Like it was just on the ramp, so you guys would have pulled that in. And um, you find one parapet of health.
Alright.
Um, there's also a
Slide that into the pocket.
you're taking the parapet of health.
Uh.
I was actually gonna offer it to you. I will take those superior healing potions.
Yeah.
Okay. Then I should be able to take this and this. Bloop. Did it appear on your
Oh,
character sheet?
hold on. Let me check. I was writing down notes. So let's just look.
Okay, it didn't. Eh. Eh. Alright.
Just real quick. Give it back, I promise.
So it's on
There it
there.
is.
And then mana.
Oh, cool.
Boop. Bop.
Uh, Alright. Just gonna kind of continue searching the room. Hopefully we'll find them, and if not, oh well.
Alright. After thoroughly searching the room, you don't find anything. Think, After a while, you hear the cardinal calling from upstairs. Oh, Simon, how many sugars would you like in your tea?
Uh, 3, Miss Ethel. I mean, sorry, Miss.
It's all right. We've only just met. It, she comes downstairs with uh, five, if, cups. Oh, and Mana, how many sugars would you like?
Okay, hey, so I just want to note something. We never told her our name.
Yeah, we did not.
She places them down. See, but uh, since you didn't want, I suspect you would like 4.5. If so, she puts 4.5 scoops of sugar in your tea and hands one to you, Mana. Uh, uh, Here you go. And she hands one to Ickall, one to Simon, and she goes over to a little door for it at the back, slides it open, and uh, young, ooh, it's good to see you. Ooh. Bea, how many sugars would you like?
Dial it down.
Oh, here you go. And she hands her a tea. And she comes and sits down. So, and he, she sits down and she sort of just passes the seat next to her as her staff turns back into a crocodile. Oh.
Mm.
And are you sure you don't want me to call your friends? By my estimation, they should be out of danger by now. There's a terrible noise coming from outside, though. The city might not be a safe place for them.
Mm. Mm.
Now, drink your tea before it cools, she says, and she sips her tea.
Um,
Simon.
so she opened the thing so Daya can listen.
Yeah, it's still open, and you guys can actually hear the noises from outside. It's loud. It's like thunder, but it's not a rolling sound. It's like sharp, like something being
Mm.
very something is hitting something else very hard.
Oh, uh, uh, Miss Miss Driver, do you happen to know this individual?
That's and Daya turns around. Uh, that's um Cardinal Badeau. Oh, she's quite famous on the continent. It um, she's one of the higher ups in the Church of Inmost Light.
Mm.
Above even Bishop Maxwell and Bishop Amanda, she's essentially their direct boss.
And Miss, you wouldn't happen to be affiliated with someone known as Abraham?
I know that one. They're not a true follower. They work for the church, but they're really the Titan worshiper trying to infiltrate our organization. I suspect there's many like them in that group. I don't
Yet no
bother with the details. It's not my place to step in where Maxwell is supposed to will handle his business.
And what game are you playing here?
No game. This is simply my task by her ladyship. Lady Arbitre wanted someone who could protect her most precious, his servant, and from any dangers that might happen in this desert. And I just so happened to have rolled in with the Archbishop and Bishop Maswell, and I didn't have anything better to do. And I wanted to check on our converts in Nehustan. It's important for me to do mission work, even in my old age.
Eh, fair enough. Hey,
Then,
I'm
then
gonna.
I'm guessing you know why we're here.
I suspect like old that old old lady. She far older than me. He has it out the for the young pirate. It, well, honestly, it's not that it's not that serious. I don't think that a life should be ended over from the loss of one child.
Such heavy assumptions.
Simon's just gonna head upstairs.
In the second floor, it's mostly the sleeping quarters and a small kitchen.
And like, if he's asked about it, he'll basically give the excuse of you shouldn't smoke around older people.
But
Start looking around.
in the span of our conversation, though, will I be able to take a short rest?
Sorry, what'd you say?
In the span of our conversation, will I be able to take a short rest?
No, it's not that long of a conversation.
Okay, works perfect. But so she said, uh, like she said, she believes she knows that we're associated with Lady Redscale.
She
Yeah.
she has ascertained some truth that she is speaking. It's hard to know how much she knows and how much is a guess.
He knows enough.
So you
Hopefully, though, yeah, it'll be fine.
you speak as if somebody who has seen something that has not been yet.
No, um, I simply um, have an ear on the truth. As he says that, he pats the head of Mademoiselle Cephus, who, as you look, you see one of the crocodile's eyes that was facing away from you before, or you now see it, and it's this bright pink and purple little, little mess of an eye. It's like you can't really make sense of what the image that is projected from that eye, but it seems to be seeing beyond what that is there.
You go on. You keep busy, man. You got this. Oh, you mute. Oh, of course. Mother.
Okay, I need you to come back. Yeah, unless you, I still have your card because I went out to go get food earlier.
You're unmuted.
Okay, got it.
Hmm. All right. So just kind of looking upstairs.
It seems like the most of it seems probably enough. There's 8 rooms, enough for and enough of food for probably a month's worth of travel. Well, for
Hmm.
about 8 people.
Makes sense. They were expecting more people, so fair enough. Uh, so she made the tea while she was up here, right?
Yes, the tea kettle is still up there. And it's you can see it steaming, being on the table in the kitchen area.
All right. Is there anything strange around it?
Um, you can see that there's like these little ceramic hick animals that are sitting on the table next to the. Uh-oh, the
What
stream
happened?
just cut out.
Oh no!
Stream
What
is dead.
happened?
Well, Hellgas.
Okay, it's back. Okay, it's back. The
All
recording
right.
stopped, but the stream recovered. Okay,
Okay.
we're still live. All right.
So like little carved animals.
They're ceramic, and from the smell of them, it smells like she poured tea on them.
Hmm. All right.
But other than that, there's nothing out of the ordinary.
All right. I guess he's gonna search and look around very carefully, quietly,
All
and
right,
he'll.
give me an investigation check.
All right. Oh boy. This is just a normal investigation, right?
Yes.
All right. Ooh, 18.
You find a hidden compartment that contains like a very large trunk.
Hmm.
Mm,
All right. Uh, does it require a key or anything?
It seems to require a key of some kind.
And I wasn't able to find one earlier, right?
So you assume that it's on the person of either one of the guards that was supposed to be here, or it's in the possession of the cardinal.
Okay. Then I will place it quietly back where it's supposed to be.
Mhm.
And that's about everything Simon's able to find right now.
Yeah, on the second floor, that's about everything.
Okay. And I guess Simon will just head up to the third floor.
Yeah. The third floor um, is seems to be the storage area. There's a lot of just there's um random things like a bunch of there's parts for fixing the wagon should it break down. Um, um, it has these little miniature carvings of horses made out of wood that you recognize as tokens. Um, you've um, you've seen something like this in the past in the Feywild, where they will um, take animals and turn them into statuettes, and then use those statuettes to summon the animal again. This is probably
Alright.
something like that for the horses.
Okay. And how many of them are there?
There seems to be four. I think the wagon needs four horses. Yes, four.
Alright. Excuse me. Sorry. Uh, Simon will. Man, I'm just stealing a bunch of shit tonight. Simon will pocket one of them.
We're gonna pocket one of the backup horses.
Yeah, just in case something happens. You never know,
Um,
right?
I don't, I don't have an item for that, so I'd have to just make a note.
I will write down pocket horse and explain no further. Pocket horse. Yeah, I guess Simon's gonna third floor, see if anything stands out aside from the horses and cart repair.
It's a lot of random knickknacks and curiosities. Like, you can assume most of this stuff is just this old stuff that they found that they're taking somewhere.
Hmm.
From the appearance of a lot of it, it seems to be the stuff for or worshiping the various deities. Yes. Like you clearly recognize the like certain symbols and items that are for the worship of the major gods.
Alright. Alright.
And, and that's about all you can find.
Hmm. Well, Simon will. He will take out one of his cigarettes and smoke it up here, so that way no one gets bothered by it.
That's next to all the
And once
paintings
that's
and
done, he'll.
whatnot.
Actually, you have a point. I'll go down to where the tea set is and smoke there. Because
Alright.
they've already endured abuse.
Alright. Is is Gary back?
He's still muted.
Alright. And then I guess we can go ahead and end for the week there then, as Simon takes a smoke break.
We gonna do a raid.
Oh, man.
Yeah, this is one of those things. Put a bard in this kind of situation, he will excel. This is where bards excel.
Okay, lady, I feel bad for you. A little bit. However, you also know, so, Oh well.
I feel kind of bad for this goblin because we just kept rolling like 20.
Still.
All right. Everyone say bye to the viewers.
Bye.
Bye to the viewers.
Bye to the viewers.
Oh, Carrie
Oh,
came
hey,
back.
Kiari.
Came
I've
back.
been listening the whole time. I just couldn't speak for a bit because I was ordering.
Okay.
Uh,
We'll figure out what the mysterious this Cardinal Badel may know.
Well, see, you're putting us in an awkward spot, Kiara. Because now she's out here just outing, like, throwing out her theories of what we're up to. And Daya's listening. And I was going to ask how Daya's reacting to this
Um.
supposed betrayal.
Oh yeah. So Dea is basically not listening because there's a lot going on, and she's swerving and trying to avoid
He's
stuff.
busy.
So she isn't hearing what's going on in there because his as you can see out that window that it is pouring down rain now. So like extremely powerful storm going on.
So I'm guessing it's a bit more than that. Otherwise, the cardinal wouldn't be like, "Hey, we should probably pick up your friends."
I mean, she already suggested it like twice.
Well, yeah, I don't know why she would want to bring more people into us jumping her, but
Hey,
you
man.
know, if you
It's our business.
so she
well,
can kill you all at once.
I
see,
will
I can't
see you
say
guys
yes
later.
Okay, so why ceramic dolls?
because
What?
I don't I don't see convincing
Why the
Picard
hell would
to
she pour tea on ceramic dolls?
I don't
uh,
think
Why
she
would that not
intended
be a
to.
question that anyone would ask?
be- okay, so this is a thing called tea pets.
What?
So, when you're making open leaf tea, you don't drink the first steep of tea. That's basically is thrown out. Well, eh, because it doesn't have the flavor. It doesn't have any of the. Doesn't have all the flavors and everything that you would want from your tea in that first steep. So then you do your second steep, and that's what you serve to people. The in
well,
some cultures in that like drink tea, they've adopted these little tea pets, which are these ceramic little animals or figures that they pour the tea over.
wait, why wouldn't they just mix it?
It's a cultural thing. Just don't don't think too hard about it.
I
Oh,
think someone way back when was like, "How can I sell more tea?"
Well, no, because the first you don't want to mix that first steep in with the rest because you're pouring out all of the tea, like the liquid, and then you're pouring new water in that after leaves the tea leaves have opened up and they're able to let more of the flavor into the water. So you don't serve that first batch because it doesn't have it won't taste right.
okay. You answered that question. What about the chest? How big was the chest?
Very large.
Okay.
But we'll go into more details on that next week or
Can't believe
after
you're
I
throwing
end
us
the
into
stream.
a can't believe you're throwing us into a 2v2 boss fight with the potential for Daya to jump in.
I'm trying to understand why the woman knew y'all's name.
All this and more
Because
next
here's the
time,
thing.
which won't be next week because next week is Christmas Eve, but the week after that is New Year's. So we'll see.
Oh, so you don't want to kill us on Christmas?
Doesn't
We'll
want to
see.
kill us on the beginning of the year either.
We'll see. We might.
We'll see if
I
you're right.
might do a small private one shot next week, and a public one shot at for New Year's, but we'll see. Because last year when I did the one shot, it was on New Year's Day, so it wasn't as big of a thing. And but this time it's New Year's Eve, so I don't know who all is going to be at home or available to play a one shot.
Wait,
I'll be around.
look, I'm just saying, she's not really giving us any avenues where she's like, oh, but I'll let you do it. She's very much like, yeah, I was put here by divine mandate to protect her, and it's like, oh, she's not just high up in the church; she's the highest of us. So this isn't going to be we're beating up an old lady. This is going to be us trying to survive long enough to beat her, or
Mm.
us just completely abandoning our quest here. And I'm
Sounds like
tired of
it.
abandoning quests. That's so I'm prepared to fight this old lady.
As I said, I feel like Deontay wants her to be a reoccurring.
Y'all need to find out what other information she knows about you,
Well,
and then don't
all
bring
the
her our
information
way.
I need once I rip that eyeball out of her crocodile.